Alrighty, Minnesota Vikings fans. So, how about that game today, eh? Holy smokes. Man, oh man, was that. Boy, these games really do take a lot out of you, don't they, fans? But, hey, regardless of how I feel, regardless of what I think or this or that or the other thing, they got it done at the end of the day. Circumstances being what they are / what they were, will be, whatever you want to say there. So yeah, let's go ahead and kind of get into, I guess, some of the main details and juicy bits of this game. So yeah, the Minnesota Vikings win by a score of 27-24 against the Cleveland Browns in London on a game-winning Jordan Addison touchdown. And yes, that's the same Jordan Addison who was soft benched in the first quarter. We'll get into that here in a second. But yeah, 4/5 of the offensive line being injured. Blake Brandel, who's never started a single game of center, looked very good. I mean, there really weren't a whole lot of snap issues or anything like that. I mean, thankfully he's a veteran in the league and stuff like that, but still, it's not easy just switching line positions if you're not used to it, or you're not really a swing tackle or guard. And it's another thing when you literally have to snap the ball to your quarterback or snap the ball to whoever, running back, receiver, depending on the play, depending on the formation, and this, that, and the other thing. Especially if you've never played the position before in your life. Or at least any time recently. But yeah. Jordan Addison. Supposedly he was soft benched in the first quarter for what is presumed to be missing walkthrough or being late to walkthrough or something along those lines. Come on, dude. Like, granted, I don't know the story. I don't know this, that, or the other thing, but who knows? Hopefully, you know, it's just a case of either a missed alarm or not feeling good or something, but I mean, considering the issues he's had in the past and stuff like that, that is definitely going to be something to keep an eye on. If it already isn't something to keep an eye on, but the kid is uber talented. I mean, again, he's caught a lot of game winners for us. I mean, including today. But, again, that's just going to be something to keep an eye on, especially as we go into the bye week. Which, again, I'm glad we have an early bye week this year. Maybe try to get at least some of the players back before Philly comes to town week 7, which they just lost to the Broncos today at home. So, who knows? But yeah, Jefferson had today. Hawkinson looked pretty good. Cam Akers, ladies and gentlemen, had a passing touchdown to Josh Oliver. I'll repeat that again. Cam Akers had a passing touchdown to Josh Oliver to get the scoring going for the Vikings. I mean, for the most part, I'm not really a massive gadget guy per se, especially if I'm not used to seeing it in practice or this, that, or the other thing. But, hey, at the end of the day, kudos. It worked. And that probably, you know, kind of sparked the offense looking pretty good, honestly. And then again, KOC's deep pass play sheet reared its ugly head several times during the middle of the game. Which, I mean, at this point, it is what it is. He's probably just going to keep being that way, which is annoying as hell. I mean, especially when you don't have the personnel. But regardless, though, Carson Wentz was a warrior today. I mean, there was even question at halftime whether or not he was going to be playing in the second half, and we would have had to go with a Max Brosman. And at that point, I'd been like, oh, wonderful. So this is going to get a hell of a lot worse before it gets better, ain't it? So, yeah. It was a lot of back and forth. I will say, though, Dillon Gabriel for the Browns looked pretty good. I mean, they weren't numbers I would go out there and be like, he's an MVP candidate by any stretch, but he definitely didn't drive the ship right off the dock. You know what I mean? He didn't crash the car into the wall. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they roll with Gabriel next week and maybe even subsequent weeks just to see what they have, because also Quinshon Judkins, one of the guys that I said was going to be a major pain in the keister, was. I think he had like 21 rushes for 120 yards and a touchdown. So, I mean, that is something that has got to get cleaned up in the break, in the bye week. We got to do something about this freaking rush defense, or lack thereof a rush defense. Because, good God, some of those lanes I could have ran through, it felt like. I don't know what it is. I don't know why the run defense is such ass von butt cheeks this year, but again, that's something that's going to have to get shored up during the bye week. Granted, I will say Cashman and Van Ginkel being out definitely doesn't help things, but I mean, still. Oh, man. And there might also be, now apparently out there, a Will Reichard camera gate? String gate? Wire gate? Whatever you want to call it. Because everything has to have a gate in front of it. Basically, long story short, Will Reichard attempts I believe it was a 51-yard field goal, where that puppy looked like it was shanked hard right. Supposedly, there was a camera wire somewhere just either out of frame or, not that visible to the camera, that the ball hit on the way up or over, one of the two. And, yeah, basically launched the ball like a slingshot. At least that's sort of the rumors. That's what I heard and saw, stuff like that. But, again, can't confirm nor deny. But, regardless of what happened, at the end of the day, the Vikings, beaten, bruised, battered, a lot of questions going into the bye week, are 3-2 and still within the hunt for an NFC playoff spot. Now, talk to me in a few weeks here or in about a month here to see if that's the same. I couldn't tell you, but if we can get some guys healthy, this team, they've got potential. They really do, even if it's starting to get to the point where there's definitely some frustration starting to boil over here. And again, I don't know if I'm ready to necessarily say KOC should be on the hot seat. I know there's times during the games where I'm sitting here going like, what are we doing? This is literally the same blah blah bullshit that you've been doing basically this entire year that has rarely worked. But whatever, like I say, I'm not the coach, I'm not the players, I'm not, there's just a lot of stuff that still needs to be sorted out. There's a lot of stuff that is frustrating, annoying. But again, like I say, when you have a lot of injuries too, you don't have your full roster, blah, 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 blah. I know that's not an excuse. But again, 3-2 going into the bye week. Now we can regroup, refocus, show up, and just basically see what we need to do. Like, what's the next step here? What should we look for coming out of the bye week at home against Philly? How will this team look? Who's the quarterback? Are we going to get anybody during the bye week? I wouldn't be surprised if we go out there to look for some more O-line, which would be kind of nice. Maybe a Dexter Lawrence on the defensive line, but again, we will wait and see. So yeah, I think that'll pretty much wrap up this video. So, 3-2 going into the bye. There's a lot of things that need to be cleaned up. There's a lot of things that I hope get cleaned up whenever we get all of our players back. But at the end of the day, 3-2 with as many injuries and as many holes as we have on our team, I will gladly take it. So until we meet again, Skol, and I will talk to you later.